from the station putting local first. You're watching Studio 9.
Welcome to Studio 9. I'm your host, Robert Bettis. This is Positive Southwest Living, a chance to be a tourist in your own town. We have a great show for you today. We all have dirty things at home and you just want to spray them down with a power washer. Well, why not buy one? We're going to take you to Longhorn Distributors so you can buy one of those bad boys and clean everything. Next, we're going to talk to a woman, Deanna Ortega, who has combined the tragedy in her life with the roller derby and written two wonderful and inspiring books. We're going to share her story. Do you ride a motorcycle? Did you know that there is a law firm dedicated just to you? It's called Law Tigers Motorcycle Lawyers, and they want to keep you safe on your bike before you get in an accident and need a lawyer. But first of all, we're all hungry, so let's bite into the juicy deliciousness of a great American steak burger. Sometimes you get hungry and you get a craving, and it can only be satisfied by a delicious, mouth-watering steak. I'm here at the Great American Steakhouse, their new location at 1300 Airway. Joining me is Andres Orozco. Nice to see you, Andres.
Nice to see you too.
Okay, so great food runs in the family, is that right?
That's correct.
And Dad, Eduardo Orozco,
Yeah.
he started the very first Wendy's of Juarez ever. And it's the most successful.
That's correct. That's correct. It's the city with the most franchises in all of Mexico.
Okay, so this location, this is really more like being in a hotel in Vegas, I gotta say. It's very upscale, it's very good. Tell us about this beautiful place. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, well, literally what we had, like I said, we wanted to really escalate this restaurant to the next level. So what we did is we added a bakery, on-site bakery, where we make all of our breads for all of our sandwiches and things like that. We have a Jusper oven, which is from Spain. It's a combination of an oven and grill. You'll check it out in a bit. It's delicious. Food is delicious that comes out of it. And then we have our bar, where we have our mixologists create just the most amazing and personalized drinks that you can get.
Okay, let's talk about the steak burger. Okay, it really is from the steak. So when the steaks arrive, take us through the process of getting that all ready.
So when the steaks arrive, we talk to Sterling Silver, which is our provider of meat, and we get these big, we get half a cow. That's what we get. And we gotta cut it. We cut it perfect to 16 ounce, 12 ounce, 10 ounce. And then whatever's left over, that's for the steak burger. So that's when you get that juiciness, that tenderness. It's beyond any other steak burger you've ever had.
So it is a steak burger. That's
Yes,
just not
yes.
a name.
Correct.
Okay, all right. Now, of course, to go with the perfect steak, you've got the great sides, and you mentioned the bakery. Okay, mouth-watering seems to be a theme here, so take us on a tour of that bakery.
So on that bakery, we make ciabatta, which is for all of our delicious sandwiches, and then we make our brioche buns for all of our burgers, as well as what has been a lot of fun is we have been able to create our own desserts there.
Oh.
So it's really a bakery that goes from the little details of the sandwiches to how you finish your meal.
Darn that Eduardo Orozco. Okay, so of course you want to top off the perfect steak dinner with just the right wine or the right beverage. You've really gone all out on your bar.
Correct, we have. On our bar, we have the beer comes out at a 29 degree Fahrenheit temperature.
Sir, that is below freezing?
That is correct.
And you're able to pull that off?
Yeah, I mean, you see little chunks of ice that build up into your cup. And then as well as we have over 140 different wines here at our wine cellar.
Oh my goodness. Now, we've got the steaks. They're as juicy as ever. You've got the steak burger, which is of course mouth-watering, and now we know why. Tell us about your family philosophy. I mean, you've gone from one Wendy's in Juarez to over 60 locations of all kinds of restaurants in America and in Mexico. How does the Orozco family do it?
I think it has to do with working with the family. We always say it's family owned, family operated, and family fought over. So we have to fight, and you got to pick your fights. You got to pick your fights.
Well, you have 3 sons, and every one of you is involved in the family business.
Correct.
Each has your own job.
Correct.
And all of it comes together for hopefully a great dining experience. That's wonderful.
Yes.
All right, Andres, thank you so much. If you'd like more information about Great American Steakhouse, you go to our website. That's ktsm.com, and click on that Studio 9 tab. So is there a difference between the burger and the steak burger? Oh, yes, my friends, a delicious difference. Next, we've got dirty things we need to power wash. Let's head on over to Longhorn Distributors right after the break. Now, when you buy a brand new car, you get inside and it'll never be cleaner than the day you buy it. Well, there's one man in town who made a living out of cleaning up those brand new cars for brand new car dealerships, and that is Loren Hodges. He's the owner of Longhorn Distributing. But you got the call one day, it's like, Loren, I'm afraid we don't need you to clean cars anymore. So what did you do then?
Well, when Gulf States Toyota, who I worked for, closed our division, we continued to do that to keep cash flow going, and we started a new company titled Longhorn Distributing. My 4 sons and I did that.
Wow.
Back in 1994.
So in 1994, you and the 4 sons?
Right.
4 sons?
Correct.
My goodness, and you still have hair.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So you open it up, and it's here on Paisano, and I mean, a lot of toys in here, a lot of high-powered stuff. Tell us about this.
Well, we're the Hotze distributor in southern New Mexico and West Texas. And these are pressure washers. We're also an Optima steamer distributor, which instead of having pressure washer is actual high steam to disinfect or to clean. In addition to that, we have scrubbers from Karcher. We're a Karcher distributor. So we have a number of different companies that we're distributors for exclusively, in addition to the chemicals and things of that nature that we have.
So cleaning brand new cars is still in the mix in there somewhere.
We just don't do it. Right.
You got smart. You'll let somebody
Exactly.
else do it.
We sell to those that do.
And you sell the chemicals and the equipment to get it done.
That is correct.
But you also have a store that is open to the public. And you've got a thing you're starting called Military Mondays. Tell us about that and what they find in the store.
Okay, in our store, which is at 5516 East Paisano, as you mentioned, and that's just south of I-10, 2 blocks, and it's at the corner of Frutas and Paisano. You get to the store by turning on Frutas and coming in the back side. And in the store, we have virtually anything you need to clean a car, inside or outside, or any type of vehicle. In fact, the professionals in town that do that shop in our place.
They come here.
Now on Mondays, we just are in the process of starting a Military Monday that we give a discount to anyone with a military ID.
Now, Lauren, come on. Military guys and clean cars. Are you talking crazy?
We like to
here?
think so. No.
I've never seen people put more effort
Yes.
into cleaning their car than,
Right.
than soldiers. So what's going to be happening then?
With the chemicals,
And-
when they come in on that Monday, they get an extra 12% off our wholesale prices anyway.
Nice, very nice. And of course, in the pandemic, you have all the supplies, masks especially.
Absolutely. We've always had masks and disinfectants, but now we really concentrate on those. One of the disinfectants we have is titled Vital Oxide, and it's on, for what it's worth, it's on list N, which is from the EPA on page 1. That means it's in the highest area for being able to kill the coronavirus.
Excellent.
And it does. We've sold it to the jails, we sold it to schools, to doctors, etc. So we feel real strong about that. Plus we have some sales on some surface disinfectants and aerosols, and in some masks that we feel very important, even though you and I are not wearing one right now.
Hey, we're far enough.
Okay,
We're far.
all
We're
right.
both well.
Okay.
Well, Lauren, thank you so much for having me here at Longhorn Distributing. And if you'd like more information, just go to our website. It's ktsm.com and click on that Studio 9 tab. Thank you, Longhorn Distributing. Next dust storm? No problem. Next, we're going to introduce you to a lady who combined the tragedy in her life with the roller derby and wrote 2 wonderful books. Coming up next. Perfect. The most perfect moment is when there is no more death. The most perfect moment will be when I am overwhelmed with peace and joy. The most perfect moment is when I've cast all my cares and I'm completely aware I'm home. That original poem reminds me of roller derby. Joining me now is the author of this poetry book, Deanna Ortega. Deanna, thank you for joining me. What a beautiful book, and it's called Forget Soldadera. Forget Soldadera. What's a soldadera?
They were women soldiers that dressed as men so that they were able to help fight side by side with them.
So they were ready for the fight. They wanted to get in the action.
Yes.
Okay, if anybody knows about action and getting in the fight, that's going to be you. So this was inspired by your passion, and your passion is roller derby. Tell us about that.
Roller derby came into my life in 2008, and I've been skating since. And it's a full contact sport, and it's brought me a community that has been there for me throughout the years.
Now, when you say full contact sport, okay, not for $2 million would I get in there with those ladies, because it's rough. That is the real deal. You're shoving each other, and that's allowed, right? What are the rules of roller derby that allow all that action?
As far as physicality, there's no there's striking zones. There's nothing below the knee, nothing below, like, above the neck. But everything else is
fair
full.
game.
Yes, no elbows, no chicken wings. You want to use your body. You want to positionally block. We're not, we want to make sure you get to work on Monday. Let's have some fun this weekend. You just move girls out of your way, and you have a jammer, and the jammer makes the points. So we wear these panties. Well, we call them panties. They're helmet covers.
Okay.
And the star is your jammer. And then there's a helmet that has a stripe, and that person will control your pack. So you have 5 girls on each team, and 4 of them are trying to stop you, and 4 of them are trying to stop the other jammer. I want to say help you, and it's nice when they can, but if they can't, then you need to get through that pack that's trying to...
You're getting through one way or the other.
And every girl you pass on the opposing team or man is a point.
Deanna, I read Perfect, which is a beautiful little poem, inspiring. But a lot of these poems are a little sad. There's some drama in here, some pain. What made you write these poems?
My faith, my hope. I've always had this hope ever since I can remember, and that things were always going to get better, and they always did. And so I've always written kind of like David, in his Psalms, where he'd be like, I'm miserable right now. Things are horrible right now, but I know things are going to get better.
It's not your only book.
No.
My Derby Romance. It doesn't say the romance with your husband, or it says your Derby romance. You put a lot into this career of roller derby. What are we going to learn when we read this book?
That it's not really about roller derby.
It's about life.
It's about life, and it's about wanting to, feeling that you're meant for something. And what life tells you you're meant for, what other people tell you you're meant for, and knowing that you have a heart for something and trying to balance it. And the struggle, especially,
you go into depth about your parents, your sister murdered.
Yes.
A single mom, and financial struggles. And so what would you say with your participation in roller derby and writing these books, what do you say to women or anybody that's had life just pound them and problems? What do you say to them?
It's an experience that you can definitely learn from, and it's going to help you get stronger, but it'll later help someone else that will need to know how you got through these experiences. And they're not all bad, because if everything was great in my life, I'd never have a book to write. My life's just great, guys, you know? And it's like, no, like it wasn't, you know, from when I can remember, life always was a struggle until I decided it's not going to be a struggle anymore. How do you decide that? You just do. You just do and say, you know what? I'm just going to be happy. I'm going to be happy.
Just like the derby, I'm fighting.
I'm getting through this pack.
I'm going through this pack.
Yeah.
Deanna, what a treasure to talk with you. And people, don't forget to check out her book, My Derby Romance, and the poems at Forget Soldadera. If you'd like more information, you go to our website, ktsm.com, and don't forget to click on that Studio 9 tab. Thank you for sharing your story, Deanna. And you need to check out the books. They are wonderful. I think I might even get a pair of roller skates. What's that sound behind you on the freeway? Is that a Harley on approach? Well, it might be a motorcycle lawyer. Huh? Yep, coming up after the break. If you live in El Paso or southern New Mexico, you see them every weekend. All those Harleys out there on the road. Anywhere, anytime, you're going to see motorcycles, and you need to be super careful around those motorcycles. Well, here to help is a law firm that is growing like wildfire across the nation. It's called Law Tigers Motorcycle Lawyers. And joining me here on the screen right now is Christian Gilby. Christian is coming to us from Phoenix, Arizona. Hi, good to see you, Christian. And we also have joining us Leo Carrasco, who lives in El Paso, Texas. These gentlemen want to tell us about this law firm. So I'm going to start with you, Christian. Law Tigers Motorcycle Lawyers. Of course, I have the image of a lawyer with a briefcase, with a helmet, on a motorcycle. What is the purpose of this law firm?
Yes, it's not a far image from reality, actually. Our sole existence is to be the resource for motorcycle riders if and when they need us. So ultimately, our business model is built on providing coverage and providing representation to motorcyclists if and when they get in an accident. We offer a service that, God forbid, you don't need it, but if you do, then we want to be that resource. But much more than that, we actually offer education, we offer information, and one of the linchpins of our business model nationwide, which differentiates us from any other competitor, is our grassroots marketing team. We have 32 different markets, 32 different states in the country in which we operate, and a total of 40 individual markets and marketing managers. So it's definitely a comprehensive program that differentiates us across the country from anybody else.
Christian, you'd mentioned you hope that people don't need your service, meaning, of course, God forbid there's an accident or something like that. But unfortunately, accidents do happen with motorcycle riders. Leo, I want to bring you in. The law firm is also there to kind of bring the pack of motorcyclists together and teach them about safety, teach the public about safety. Weigh in on that, please, Leo.
Well, yeah, we offer safety tips as an example. One of the things that I try to promote is when you're riding, let's say you're on the I-10, you're riding your motorcycle, never stay in one place. Let's say there's a car next to you. You don't ever want to be right there. You could be in their blind spot. So you need to move around. You need to either be passing cars or cars passing you, but you don't want to be stationary. That's one of the number one things that I think that we talk about. Also, look, as a rider, you gotta keep your head on a swivel. Always look around. There's, people don't see you. That's a fact. So you wanna keep your head on a swivel.
Leo and Christian, if people want to get more information about Law Tigers Motorcycle Lawyers, where do they need to go?
Yeah, that's a great question. So initially, if and when you get in an accident, first thing you should do is obviously call the authorities and file a report. Immediately after that call, before anybody arrives, dial 1-800-LAW-TIGERS.
Very good.
Hopefully you don't need us. Before that, you can go to lawtigers.com.
Very good.
You can request a rider benefit card from our website and get much more information from that lawtigers.com as well.
Christian and Leo, thank you so much. More information, ktsm.com. Click on the Studio 9 tab. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Studio 9, and we'll see you again next time. Until then, keep the ideas coming. Send me an email at rbettis@ktsm.com. Keep smiling, keep shining, El Paso.